Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is staying safe excuse me, and sound in this pandemic, and I hope that everyone is ready to learn something new today. But first, if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up, hit that bell notification so you know when my videos come out, and please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Remember my promo, $20 will go to a random subscriber who comments when I reach 200 subscribers. I know I'm going to do it, but I'm just trying to do it faster, like by the end of the summer. Okay, so today is Monday, so of course we have our Mets shirt on, Mets Monday, and there's not much I could say. We own the Yankees. Okay, we beat them 2 out of 3 games, and I'm very happy that we did that. Yes, they got the last game, but hey, the first 2 games we took the series, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy that the bats were good instead of being lackluster. I mean, 20 runs in 3 games is not too bad. Okay, so what I want to focus on today is Degrom, okay, which is a very hot, very important topic. Tracking Degrom's pursuit of history. Next week I'll probably be talking about the All-Star game. Okay, so how Degrom can pass Gibson. So if he has 16 more starts and he only gives up 13 runs, which is, for him, is quite possible, because he gives up sometimes no runs a game at all. Okay, he would end up with a 1.09 ERA. So let me make this a little bigger, so maybe you can see it better. As Jacob Degrom continues his historic 2021 season, we're keeping track of his chances at breaking 3 notable ERA records, as well as other fun facts and stats. First, there's Dutch Leonard's .96 mark from 1914, the lowest ERA by a qualified pitcher in a single season, since earned runs became official in both leagues, 1913. That, however, was before the live ball era, since 1920, when baseball's offensive landscape looked quite different. Second, there's Bob Gibson's 1.12 ERA from 1968, the year of the pitcher. That's the live ball record and the ERA mark that is most often thought of when considering potential records, and it's the second lowest official ERA behind only Leonard's. There's also Dwight Gooden's 1.53 ERA from 1985, which is worth noting as it is the closest anyone has come to Gibson's mark since his 68 campaign was complete and the mound was lowered. Okay, so you can see the stats here. We know through 14 starts, it's .95. We don't know what the final is. But here, Doc Gooden was 1.79 through those. Dutch Leonard was .87 through those 14 starts. And you see what they ended up with. Through July 1st, 0.95 ERA through 14 start of season. Degrom came into the night having retired 37 straight batters in the first inning, holding opponents to 1 for 39, which is a .26 in the opening frame. Things got off on the wrong foot from the start when Atlanta's Zahir Adrianus left off with a triple. Adrianus scored on a single, and Austin Riley added a 2-run homer for a 3-run first against Degrom. The second inning had an auspicious beginning as well, with a double and a single, but Degrom stranded the runners, and from there the Mets ace was his usual self. Everyone is entitled to make a mistake here and there. It's the people that correct their mistakes that are set apart from others. He struck out the next 4 batters en route to setting down 18 in a row to finish his outing with 7 innings and 14 strikeouts, including 8 in a row at one point, chasing those 3 marks. Through 14 starts, Gooden was at 1.79 in 85, and Gibson was at 1.30. Leonard was at 0.87 to 14 appearances, 11 of them starts. Both Gooden and Gibson saw their ERAs end up even lower by season end. From his 15 straight start onward, Gooden made 21 starts with a 1.35 ERA. He finished at 1.53. Gibson made 20 more starts with a 1.00 ERA, ended up at 1.12 for the year. Leonard pitched in 22 more games, 14 of them starts, and then a 1.03 ERA in those, ending up at 0.96. So here's the question: can Degrom best Gibson? So far this season, Degrom has averaged around 6 innings per start. He should have around 16 starts left, assuming foot health. That's an additional 96 innings under his belt, which would give him 180 total on the season. To stay under 1.12, he'd need to allow no more than 22 earned runs on the season, if we are assuming the inning totals of 180. He's not allowed 9 earned runs so far. He's now allowed 9 earned runs so far this year, giving him 13 to work with in those final 16 projected starts. More than capable of doing it. Other notes to watch: Degrom's 0.54 WHIP is the lowest by any pitcher in any 12-start span since at least 1901. His streak of allowing 1 or no earned runs in 12 straight starts from April 5th to June 21st is the longest streak among traditional starters since earned runs have been official. He broke a tie at 11 straight with Gibson in '68, of course. He has 136 strikeouts and has allowed just 35 hits this season. He is the only pitcher since at least 1901 with 135 or more strikeouts and no more than 35 hits allowed in any 14-game span. He's allowed just 9 earned runs in his 14-start span, along with those 136 strikeouts. He's the only pitcher since ER became official with at least 135 strikeouts and fewer than 10 earned runs allowed in a 14-game span. He's holding opposing hitters to a .122 batting average. That's the lowest for any pitcher in a 14-game span since at least 1901, with a minimum of 80 innings pitched. Entering July 1st, he had a .69 ERA through the 13th start of the season. For the first time in 2021, Jacob allowed multiple earned runs in a game when the Phillies scored twice off him in 6 innings. The only other game in which he allowed more than a run was his 3rd start of the season when the Rockies scored 3 unearned runs against him. Okay, so chasing those 3 marks. Through the 13 starts, Gooden was at 1.67 in 85 and Gibson was at 1.40. Leonard was at .85 through 13 appearances, 10 of them starts. Both Gooden and Gibson saw their ERAs up even lower by season's end. From his 14th start onward, made 22 starts with 1.5 of ERA. Okay. I'm going back to the same thing I just saw. Okay, I'm sorry. Degrom did not allow a run yet in his 12 starts, and then he now has the lowest. Okay, so they're going back to different. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I thought that they were. I'm not going back. I'm going back in games. So we're only considering what's happening now. Okay. To July, not to July 1st, because it doesn't count. To his last start. Okay, so that's it about Degrom. As usual, Degrom is going to be in the All-Star game. I mean, it's a gimme. Now, what I find it surprising is that there are no Mets besides him that have been voted into the All-Star game. Now, I understand that a lot of the Mets have been hurt most of the season, so I can understand why people are not going in. My opinion, which is just my opinion, is do a write-in vote. Like, I know that since people have been out hurt, the people that have been coming in to replace them have been doing a phenomenal job. Now, Lindor has not been doing a tremendous job, so I wouldn't see him going into the All-Star game. However, I think that Jonathan Villar, okay, and Kevin Pillar, the Superman, have been doing extremely, extremely well. And I know that I did a write-in vote for those two. So you could do a write-in vote for any Mets player you like, okay? So, I mean, that's the reason why a lot of their players are not in there. Alonso, he's been doing okay, but he hasn't had a breakout season, so I can understand why he's not going. But there should be at least 1 or 2 Mets going. So if you agree with me, please, vote for, your favorite Met or any Met. Try to get him to go. Like I said, Pilar and Villar, I think both earned their spot in the All-Star game. Again, if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hit that bell notification so you know my videos come out. And please subscribe to my channel. Remember my promo. $20 will go to a random subscriber who comments when I reach 200 subscribers. I know I'm going to get there. I'm just trying to get there faster. Okay. And I will be doing a food video tomorrow. Not sure yet what I'm going to do. It depends on what my wife cooks. And next week, like I said, I will probably be doing a video about the All-Star game, where I will be focusing on all the players, not just the Mets, but I will be doing an All-Star report. I thank you. Stay safe. Enjoy this extended weekend, and I will see you tomorrow.